can't hear it. Anyway, this is a Friday, and this is what it look like when we get off work, man. Usually y'all get us at 3 o'clock, but we've been working because the holiday season.
Last two Fridays.
Last two Fridays, this is the second one. So we just still want to give you this part. So here you go.
And we're on location again.
Yeah, we are on location at the park.
Yep.
Can't think of what name it is.
Laurel Park.
Laurel Park.
Yes. It just hit me right
Cleveland
there.
Highway in Gainesville, Georgia.
Yes.
I just want to run a few things by y'all. And of course, yes, we were in the Toccoa, Georgia Christmas parade last week, the 11th.
Last Thursday night.
We got the video up. It was a great outcome. And now we preparing ourselves for the ending of 2025 and the beginning of 2026. And some of you have seen some of the posts I've been putting up and pictures and videos that I've been putting up, advertising everything that's going on. Told y'all about the short film that I'm writing and directing. And we'll be shooting that soon. The merch we got, the shoes. Well, am I letting the cat out the bag? No, I talked to y'all about the shirt.
Yes.
Got the shirt.
And it says, be careful how you handle me, good or bad. I breathe holy breath.
There you go.
Under construction.
Under construction. So that's what I posted it as well. I don't know how good y'all can see this, but you can just pull it up. And that's just a declaration of a man walking with Christ.
That's right.
It's a declaration, man. So we want the world to see what we're doing. You know, the devil don't seem to have no problem with showing off his people who working for him, his foot soldiers.
Oh yeah.
He don't have no problem.
No, and he nowadays it's just being blatantly obvious, to see.
Yeah. And when I tell you, man, this AI stuff is out of line. It is. You ain't no telling what you're gonna see on this AI.
Yeah, it can be really scary to think about.
And they call themselves bringing people back to life and all kinds of stuff. I just seen a clip where some demonic looking thing walked up to a lady in distress in a puddle of water with a truck. And she did some kind of spell, and then the truck turned into a high rider. It was tricked out, basically. Yeah. It's a nice truck. And then I'm looking at the comments and people talking about, man, where's that going? Where's that at? I need to bring my vehicle over there. So basically, you just said that you would sell your soul for material things.
That's basically, And so
we got that kind of stuff in there, man.
And you never know what, if the video is true or not, or whatever it is.
Yeah. If you got a loved one that you know you buried and they pop up talking about something, come on over to the house, I got some fried chicken for you. You better not get excited and then think about going and contemplate going because that day is coming. It's almost here where these type of things are happening. You getting emails and text messages and now video chats of somebody who's been passed for 2 years. Yeah. I don't want none of that.
I've heard stuff about that, and I mean, people may think it's cool, but it doesn't seem that way, don't it?
So that crowd that talk about some, my loved one is looking down on me. Y'all might want to relook at that because I don't talk like that no more. Just for the simple fact that I've been enlightened. That's of the devil, y'all. Your loved one ain't looking down on you. The one that's looking down on you is Christ.
Right.
Your loved one has deceased and transitioned over, which means they are in the presence of the Lord and they're waiting for judgment. Just don't get it. It's not about you. They're not thinking about you. The moment they stop thinking about you was definitely when they transitioned.
Yeah, because Jesus mentioned several times in all the books of the Gospels about when he's talking about those that have passed away, he used the word a couple of times. I'll go back and find it. They're sleeping.
Yeah, they're sleeping
because like you said, their soul is waiting on judgment and the day of judgment. So
man, they've been pushed out of time. Where they're at, there's no such thing called time over there where they're at.
That's right.
So knock that off. just focus your attention on Christ. And I get why people do it. I understand
Right.
grieving. Everybody grieve their own way. But
That's right.
anybody watching this podcast, I have a responsibility to speak Christ into you. As I get it, I deliver it back out into the airwaves. Uh, if y'all need to question anything I'm saying right now, open your Bibles up, pray to the Lord, and He will show you scriptures, and He will show you uh, 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 the way to think, the way to move, and to be Christ-like. You got to think more like Christ, and to understand how Christ is, you need to, study Christ,
That's right.
and then make yourself holy, or get as holy as you can, and pray, and then humble yourself, and then He'll speak to you, and you'll be able to hear it. How
Yeah.
many times have He spoken to you, and you knew something was speaking to you, but you just ignored it because you weren't ready to do anything?
That's right. And then once you're, because the Holy Spirit will be piercing your heart.
Oh man.
He's wanting to, have these things revealed to you
Mm-hmm.
and to understand them
Uh-huh.
and know who it's coming from.
Know who
Not
is
not
coming.
not
That's
let it
very important.
not let it be any confusion there,
Right.
because a lot of times there can be confusion.
Right.
And but you need to have that squared away with knowing who's revealing it to you.
That's true. That's very true. Do y'all know? I wanted to do a little bit about. I shouldn't even call it a bit. It was really an observation.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at childhood friendships and adult friendships, they're
Mhm.
they're different for the simple fact that they're in different phases of their lives obviously. Like children, all you have to do is really have something in common, or something of interest, to next thing you know, you're friends, because
Yes.
you're playing together, you're this and you're that and the other.
Right.
With adults, there has to be some type of I guess kinship, some type of likeness, something that, well, what did I write down here? It should start with respect.
Mm-hmm.
And if it starts with respect, you're on the right,
Right
you're on the
path.
right path.
That's right.
But the common interest is what really attracts adults,
Yes.
and it's more of I don't know how to put it. You're doing something interesting. I think back when I was a child. Let me do it that way. I think back to when I was a child. What type of people did I go and play with, and what type of people came and played with me? What was the thing that was happening there? Oh, that's pretty interesting. How I was kicking this ball all wrong,
Oh, yeah.
or I like the way they kicked the ball better.
Yeah.
Something
Okay.
like that,
Yeah.
learning and stuff like that. Children, I think it's a lot that you can learn from children. I think as we get older, we start to dumb down, because society wants you to be programmed, everybody thinking the same.
That's
If
right.
you're a critical thinker, they call you crazy.
They're crazy, or just
Yeah.
we don't need that.
You need to make an
That's right.
appointment at the nervous
Yeah,
hospital
yeah.
and all this kind of stuff. Just because
Yeah.
you're a critical thinker, they shun on that.
That's right. That's
But
right.
really, when a child is young and they're the most innocent, that's
Mhm.
all they do is critical thinking
Right.
and learning.
And that's a great example for to look back. I mean, for adults to look towards,
Yeah.
to critically think and not just go along with what is tradition or what's been taught,
Mhm.
or anything like that, but just to just think outside what we normally do.
Yeah.
And it's like you said, being programmed. It's almost like uh, is you can see that or feel that, and once you get out of that box, you can see how freeing it is to just think differently about things.
Let me ask you, as an individual. So, when especially like when you start a new job, you meet new people,
Mm.
and you may go into a store, or I don't know, conversations can spark up from anywhere if you're open enough. Some people are so closed that they're not approachable. It's best to just leave them alone.
That's it.
But with a personality like yours, a personality like mine, and you approached, or you are in a new environment where you're meeting new people, um, what do you think attracts you the most when it comes to meeting new people? As far as, yeah, I can meet this person. Yeah, I can talk with this person. Do you go in and do you think about it, or it's just organic with you?
I think it's organic, probably.
Mm-hmm.
You just um, you feel something
Mhm.
or whatever, and you feel respect, or you can just, you know, it's got to be natural. It can't be manufactured or anything, you know.
Yeah.
And but things happening organically, those are real.
Right.
Those those happen, and they happen for a reason too. You know?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do. Do you
And
think you said they happen for a reason? So you think you meet people or you're in the path for people for certain reasons sometimes,
could
or
be.
all the
Well,
time, whether you're aware of it or not?
yeah, that's
Sometimes.
right. Well, God, He always places people in our paths,
Hmm.
and you know, when we now a lot of times we miss it, and you know, we need to be reminded of it
Hmm.
by obviously God, but obviously, you know, maybe others, other people in your life.
Yeah.
But it's almost like a learning. You have to learn to do those things, you know, because
Yeah.
it and that's part of our continual thing about the shirt. They're under construction.
Hmm.
We're
Hmm.
everything we are about and everything we do is you know, we're being under construction, and so God is having to, you know, now He may know that, you know, when we're, um, when we're on our ascension to what to wherever God is leading us at, you know, we have to learn how to do the small things, as in, you know, people coming, you know, in our path, and so we have to build up to that, and then when we're comfortable, that's when He can bring more people or bring different people or
That's
whoever it
true.
is.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
have to. It's almost like you have to learn how to do it, and once you succeed in that, God can give you a little bit more or a little bit more, and so it's almost like a picture of that.
I used to say, man, I think some of the most happiest people, and it's taken wrong. That's why I got to do a disclaimer before I finish
Hmm.
the statement. But I think some of the happiest people are children, and I want to be politically correct when I call this name. It's a condition. Uh, Mentally disabled, maybe.
Right. Yes.
Some people label them as crazy, just delusional or whatever. But for some reason, I find that these are some of the happiest people.
Hmm.
Why is that? Well, the answer that I have is average people are too smart for their own good.
That's right.
You can't think yourself out of the trouble you've gotten yourself in by learning things that you probably wasn't ready to learn. That's why people who have, like young people who engage in sexual activity too young with a powerful act like that, that mind wasn't developed yet, it could drive them crazy because now they think that this, what it stimulated and what it woke up wasn't mature enough to wake up.
Mm.
So too often I think we get in trouble because we just moving too fast in life. What do you in a rush for?
That's right.
Take your time. I think it's good when a kid is being a kid. I think it's cool when a teenager is being a teenager because nothing looks worse than somebody in their 40s and 50s acting like a teenager
Well,
or acting like a child, throwing temper tantrums
yeah,
and don't know
yeah.
how to interact with other people or
Well,
deal with people, don't even know how to deal with disappointment.
that's right. That's almost like going backwards when we need to be moving
Well, if you
forward.
did
You
it
know? Yeah.
when it was okay to do it because you're developing,
Hmm.
then you should be able to have that out the way. That's just my opinion. That's all that is just my opinion. But through the light, a lot of things are going on. I've told you this before.
Hmm.
Uh, I'm being made aware of things that we're all privy to.
That's
But
right.
until you're still enough to understand what's going on around you, just let the noise quiet. You know, I think a great man know how to be a powerful leader. And when you got all these people coming to you complaining and crying, you need this fix, you need that fix, I need more money. I mean, I think a great leader can process it without wigging out. Because I can tell you right now,
Yeah.
if I was thrust in a position of leadership where I had to deal with 26 million people, because it could go there,
Right.
but we'll start with a realistic number.
Hmm.
Let's just say 50 people.
Hmm.
That's 50 different personalities,
Hmm.
50 different issues. And if you have anybody in there that's calm, that number's probably small.
Yeah.
You probably got 5 at best that's calm. Everybody else, especially when you're a problem solver or attempt to solve problems, everybody's problem is more important than the other. But I'm responsible for 50 people.
That's right.
How do you manage that? And when you given something a responsibility like that, you don't want to lose it because I feel like that's the Lord putting you in position for something. And you want to tell the Lord you were wrong for putting me in this position. I can't handle it.
Right.
No, what I found is that you got to humble yourself. You got to calm down, because you're still made out human. You're human. You're made out of flesh and blood. You got feelings too.
Well,
You got to ask for the strength.
and that reminds me of if you go back to Exodus,
Mm-hmm.
back when Moses was growing up,
Mm-hmm.
and then if you remember
Moses.
where God met with Moses,
Mm-hmm.
and and it's called at the burning bush,
Uh-huh.
if you remember that.
Yeah.
But if you read past that a little bit, there's some scriptures that say that that was talking about Moses was kind of unsure of why he was chosen by
Oh
God
yeah.
to lead the nation of Israel out of Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
But he kind of came up with excuses a little bit. The main one was I can't talk real good
Right.
or whatever.
Oh right. Right.
But God said just say I am sent you, saying God.
Mm.
And you can read that in many different characters in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Of kind of not knowing their full potential, or just making excuses
Right.
of why they couldn't do said thing. But God, he chose each person that he chose for a reason, and he knew that with looking into him, that they can do what God had set them out to do.
Wow, that's amazing.
But I guess it's like us, humans, nowadays, like God is calling us to do something or wants us to do something, and then sometimes we might make excuses and
Mm-hmm.
stuff, but that's where God has to mature us spiritually,
Right.
as in uh, getting those things out of us that need to get out of us, and because he has plans for us
Right.
and he has a purpose for what he's doing, even if we don't understand it. Most of the time we don't understand it,
Yeah.
but as God is willing and moving us and getting things out of us that needs to get out of us, that he's setting us up to do what his particular will is for that
That's
position.
amazing, man.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Some of my uh, um, the thought that I could ever even do anything like this, I'm probably grounded in a certain mentality from my dad, my earthly dad.
Okay.
My dad ran a company, um, but before that, I can remember Dad commanding the room when he walked in,
Oh, yeah.
and it was just his personality. And later on in life, may he rest in peace. But later on in life, I found him getting closer to God, or speaking of God more. And it seemed like he started understanding the orders that he had and the responsibility that he had. If you got somebody coming to you for advice or just a ear, sometimes people just want someone to talk to
That's
who
right.
will listen.
That's right.
Sometimes that happens too. So you have to be able to have enough discernment
Discernment.
to know when that time is. When is it time to advise? When is it time to listen? Or when is it time to just, let's bounce some ideas off of each
Right.
other.
Yes.
So I think you and I do a great job at that as far as what we're trying to offer to the public, because we do know that this podcast is not about us, not for us. It has our names on it, and it has our personalities and our
Right.
likenesses on it, because actually I was given these orders to do certain things
Right.
in the name of the Lord. And I'm so fortunate to have you,
Yes.
that I know if you are God sent to help me achieve this.
That's right.
And to never have the arrogance of thinking, I told this guy this and I led this guy this way. No, it has to be an understanding that the Lord used me
Right.
to do these things. This
Yeah.
is not me. I don't even have the wherewithal to do some of these
And
because I don't have patience for people a lot of times.
we couldn't do it on ourselves. We
No,
couldn't. We couldn't.
isn't that the tricky
That's right.
part?
That's right.
Couldn't even do it on ourselves.
No.
So do you know there's got to be something
It
divine?
is. It is.
Man, I've had
And it's
issues most of my life, man, after childhood and had to deal with adult situations.
that's right.
You know, I couldn't psych myself out because too early I
Right.
met girls, and I have a certain DNA that said I'm going after the girls, bro.
Mhm.
And for too long I did that, and it's okay because it's a natural thing to do, but there has to be a limit, and your growth has to have its natural process. So what I'm saying is, before I learned life lessons the way I was supposed to, I was distracted.
Well,
So I wasn't even using my God gift or whatever that was that
your
He was
God,
sending me
like
with.
talents that God has given you, because He's given
I'm
every
just
person
recognizing it
talents.
at 57. That's
Yeah.
almost sad.
Yeah.
But
But that also shows God's glory, because He
I
never
do.
He
You're
never
right.
gave up on you.
See,
He doesn't
see.
give up on us. He gives us a lifetime
Wow.
to pull those talents out of us and to
So our lifetime in this day and age is, I think the average age is middle 80s, is it?
I think it is 82 or 83. I think I can go and look on that,
So
but
I'm
it's
listening to the Bible saying after Noah, there's nobody just gonna live past 140 now, something
that's
like
right,
that.
something like that. You're right. Yeah, yeah.
So isn't that amazing that we have less time to get it figured out than they did in the biblical days? That has
It's
some meaning to it.
because from from creation to Genesis 6 or 7, where Noah was in there. We can go back and read the genealogies that they
Mm-hmm.
have in there, and there's a lot of them in the hundreds. And I think Methuselah, he's the oldest,
Nine,
962
yeah,
or 973, one of those numbers.
3-digit numbers on your age.
And there's a lot of them in there. I have to go back and look on there, but there's a lot that had like 200, 300, 400, and so forth. And that's just hard to fathom, isn't it?
I'll tell you what, man, and I don't want to transcend no time soon because there's a lot of things I would like to do, Lord willing. I would like to see my grandkids grow, and their grandkids. I mean, that's a lot to ask, but
Yeah.
whatever the Lord got planned for me, it's already set. But I could not, I could not imagine being around that long.
I know. And
It's tiring. I see how tired some of these 90-year-olds are.
yeah, because
They're tired.
I can only
They're
imagine.
tired of it. They're
Right.
physically tired, just emotionally tired and drained. And with
Yes.
all of these evolutions that's happening right in front of us,
Because many
man.
different life changes, all over the world of many different things, technology and manufacturing and different things. This is a lot of the 20th century, in the 20th century.
Yeah,
20,
yeah,
there's a
20,
lot.
20 century.
I think that I've read that more things have not just happened, but more uh,
Historical thing?
a trajectory
Yeah,
of life changing things have happened
yes.
in that century than any other
I think
century.
of 9/11. I think of COVID. I just think of technology
Right.
and AI. We're sitting here in a time where we're of the generation where we had a dial phone.
That's right.
Now there's push phones,
And
and now there's even screen. You can
yeah,
just tap it now.
this wasn't the iPhone. The first smartphone was 2007,
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
Yeah.
So that's
Look at
18
where we're
years
at now.
ago, but it just seems like they've been around forever. But it's only been 18 years,
Yeah, this AI technology.
and it is just
This AI
it
technology, something
is.
happened
It's
because
something.
when I
Yeah.
did my research, this
Right.
AI did not just start.
No,
It's been introduced to the public in 50 years ago.
right.
I was about 7 years old.
It was just kind
But
of
now
yeah,
you can go from week to week from
yeah,
the last 2025.
yeah.
It's moving in increments of like 10 years a week.
It's crazy. Yeah, that's what I was talking about with the trajectory of just stuff happening. It's just
It's
nuts.
the reason why everything's speeding up, bro.
It is.
There's a reason why, guys, we gotta realize what this is. I don't know who y'all pray to or if you even pray at all, but you better get some type of understanding about what's going on in this world. And one thing's for sure. My creator, I don't know about the one you claim, but my creator is the same creator that created you unless you AI.
That's right.
Whether you believe it or not, but you need to get a relationship with him because he's on his way back and you need to know him when he comes.
That's right.
And you need to hope you go with him when he comes. If you're not already transitioned. Now, I'm not going to go too deep on that. I just touched my heart.
But it's very important that, we need to share because it's, like you said, each week it's just
Each week, it's doing 10-year increments.
So next week,
when you look back in the
right,
past and see how long it took for something
yeah,
to fully take,
yeah,
we're going around here starting our cars without even being nowhere near the car
yeah,
with a button.
a button, yeah.
That's about 20 years old.
Yeah.
That technology.
But just think, next week at this time, what has
Bro,
happened since? I
you'll
mean,
be
it's
able
just,
to, this car will be able to lift.
Yeah.
They
yeah,
already got these drones.
Yeah.
They're trying to make so humans can go in. These airplanes are being operated without humans, so that's AI right there.
I know. And
You gonna put people 50,000 miles in the sky without a human being driving it?
I will never go.
I can't. It took me a lot to get in a regular airplane.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I ain't getting ready to get in an airplane where somebody deciding,
Yeah.
let's send them to New York, and then it maps out New York, and then it automatically navigates to New York.
That's just scary.
Ain't nobody sitting in there but the knuckleheads that got a ticket.
Yeah, that's it. And that's coming.
It's coming.
Yeah.
And guys,
And who knows what else?
These ballers, it's going to be a new kind of baller in this world. It's going to be the new kind of drug dealer. All of this holding wads of money up to your ear, taking Instagram pics is about to be dated, buddy, because they're getting rid of physical money. It's going all digital.
And they've already started it. Some countries have already, transitioned away from currency, paper currency.
It started with the penny, y'all. They ain't making no more pennies. Yeah. They're not making any more pennies. Right. What do you want me to tell you? They're not making any more pennies. Yeah. So what's next? The nickel, right?
Well, it's
the way they speeding up.
All right.
It may just go from one day you spending money, cash money, to the next day. We don't take that.
We don't. Yeah.
I think that day is coming, brother.
Coming. Yeah.
We don't take cash.
Yeah.
You go to somewhere like the flea market and they don't take the card, and you got to use cash. Yeah. It's gonna flip flop.
Yeah.
And they're gonna say there's a machine over there that you can put your cash in, and you'll get a credit. That day is coming. It's already here in some places.
Yep.
Y'all just should be Them M&M Boys is just giving y'all a public service announcement, man. I'm just letting you know. Y'all movie producers and movie directors, y'all days are numbered, brother, because people can make their own movies at the house now.
Yeah. I mean,
people are writing books at the house.
Yeah.
And getting them published, and they're going on the bestsellers list. Everything is just changing, bro.
Rapidly too.
You can either accept it or ignore it and be in denial, and then one day you come outside and don't know where you at.
Right.
Because that's what denial gonna do for you, because this thing is moving at a rapid pace. And then I hope y'all got young people around you. I really do.
Well, they're gonna see the changes.
You elders better have some young people around you, because the young people, let's say my daughter is 26 years old. Yeah. So her technology is pretty savvy. Okay. But my grandkids, the 7-year-olds and 10-year-olds, them the ones you better keep close to you. That's right. Because this is their technology. Yeah. When it gets weird and you need some answers, and the powers that be don't want to answer them, you better have you a young person where you can translate what is this. Well, that's right. What's translating languages. Mm-hmm. But now you're going to be translating technology. Yeah. You don't even know how to turn your TV on in a minute.
Yeah, that's going to be crazy.
What TV? It's just going to be a device, and it's going to hologram right on a wall somewhere. Right. Yeah. See, I could go on with a rant with this, because it's like it's happening too fast.
It is.
Let me catch my breath on the last technology.
Yeah. And it's
They won't let you do it. They just
Oh.
everything's speeding up.
Speeding up, and it's by design too.
It is by design.
Yep.
And with that said, everything is speeding up. That includes the clock.
That's right.
So the clock is getting busy. So we're about to wrap this up. And you got any other things before you do the devotion that you wanted to say, Brother Bell?
No, I can go ahead with the devotion.
Really, you pretty much ready? But we just wanted to touch bases with you guys because you know how we feel about y'all. Pray for y'all, and y'all pray for us, okay? We the M&M Boys.
Right.
But no further ado, you will have the devotions read by Matthew Bell himself, and you guys have a great holiday. We'll talk to y'all later.
All right. Take time to be holy. The word holy does not mean goody. It means set apart for sacred use. This is what these quiet moments in my presence are accomplishing within you. As you focus your mind and heart on me, you are being transformed, recreated into the one I designed you to be. This process requires blocks of time set aside for communion with me. The benefits of this practice are limitless. Emotional and physical healing are enhanced by your soaking in the light of my presence. You experience a nearness to me that strengthens your faith and fills you with peace. You open yourself up to receive the many blessings that I have prepared for you. You become a cleaned temple of my Holy Spirit, who is able to do in through you immeasurably more than you ask or imagine. These are just some of the benefits of being still in my presence. And there's 4 scriptures that go along with this devotional. The first one is from 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 10. And this is in the New Testament.
Okay.
When he comes on that day, he will receive glory from his holy people, praise from all who believe. And this includes you, for you believe what we told you about him.
Mm-hmm.
And then from the Old Testament, in Psalms chapter 27, verse 4, it says, the one thing I ask of the Lord, the thing I seek most, is to live in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, delighting in the Lord's perfections and meditating in his temple. And then we have from the New Testament, 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 19, and it says, don't you realize that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit who lives in you and was given to you by God? You do not belong to yourself. And lastly, from the New Testament, Ephesians chapter 3, verse 20 says, now all glory to God, who is able, through his mighty power at work within us, to accomplish infinitely more than we might ask or think. And so that's the devotional for this week. And we thank you again for tuning in. And we just are here to serve you. And this podcast is anointed by God.
Amen.
And so just continue to follow us. See our videos online. For the core, one for the core.
One for the core, yeah.
Yep.
One for the core, yeah.
And so take care, and thank y'all for tuning in.
And I'd like to give a shout out to my brother Rose, who's accompanying us and listening in on the show. Much love for you, brother. Appreciate that. Yes, all right, guys, y'all have a good weekend.